She asked my friends, was I? They said, nope, he not. The mind to a praying woman. The truth's a heavy burden and it's weighing on me. Red Dog has caught me slipping with the wailing on me. I went to calling out for Jesus like a reverend homie. Chalked it up to sin, took it on my chin. Gotta take some L's if you wanna win. They took a but didn't take us in. I didn't even have no re-up I could re-up with. Had to rob another just to re-up. Pray to God that in his heart he found forgiveness for me. It was nothing personal, it was just business for me. When I got on, I paid him back and told him it was ugly. I'd rather ask forgiveness like 100 times than be asking for permission.
Well, we are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with the Buffalo Bills. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Allen. Forced out to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that? And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown! Stephon Diggs. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills have taken the early lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. They'll run on first down. Branch. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Five yards remain on second down.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
To throw now on first down. It's complete to Brown, right side. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
On second down, Branch finds a seam inside the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. Now the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Hallett. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions and not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know something, big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
He's checking. Crash. Check. Check out route. Hot. Switch.
On third down, Branch. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. They'll try and run for it. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. At first glance, I wasn't sure he got it. Then I saw that spot. Definitely a first down.
It was, but boy, on the other side, you disputed a little bit, wouldn't you? Okay, if you're playing defense, are you sure he got there? But that's why they tell you all the time, don't just get what you need, get a little bit more and take the decision out of the hands of the officials.
Oh, there he needed a yard. He got a yard and maybe an inch. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. (7-7), our score after 1. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you win 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Matt Breida, 79 yards. And the Bills have retaken the lead. Pass on for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Now a give, right side. Branch. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 91 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On play action, they'll throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I wanted to reach out of the booth and snatch that pass myself. That thing floated forever up there. I think that threw off the timing of the receiver. That's why he couldn't get his feet down even though he caught the ball.
You know, Charles, I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, me too.
For you. I wanted to see you reach out and catch that.
Yeah, you've heard about my hands, huh?
26, Mike, 26.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Back to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Coming up on 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Allen. Dancing to his left. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. And that'll set them back 5. Not ideal there. That delay of game backs them up 5 yards, so now they need 7 yards on 3rd down. Allen going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. High throw, but he makes the catch. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A big gain there for the Bills. Defender was right there in his shorts. Is that one of those situations as a DB where you just tip your cap and say, nice catch?
Well, you're supposed to, but a true competitor, he's not tipping his cap at all. He's upset he still didn't make the play. If it's a 50-50 ball or a moment of truth, he's got to win more than his fair share of them as well.
Probably especially angry because if it was incomplete, would have been 4th down.
Exactly.
Breida. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll run again. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Well, Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The kick by Bass is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Let's bring it. 26 Mike.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Carlos Basham. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. And I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
2nd and 9. Throwing now is Allen. Buying time to his left. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Play action. Now it's Allen. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. So that'll back him up 5. They'll try it again now after the 5-yard walk-off. And the lead is up to 14. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Watch the whip. Patch it.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done. I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
On 1st first down. Dupree, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's a 2nd and 7. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Give them 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got it. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
They'll run on 1st down. Branch. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. They'll keep it on the ground. Branch.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Check 31, check 31. Hey, alert 3. Check 52.
Now a give, right side. Dupree. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Hands it off out of the gun. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And his kick here is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Throwing is Allen on third. And he finds Beasley complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team,
Allen hit. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. So potentially a turning point here in the third quarter as that swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're at that point in the game where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to hear the coaches scream from the sidelines, tackle him, second guy in, tackle the ball.
On first down, Branch. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Second and 10. They're going to look to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. So Washington now with an important 2-point conversion attempt. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. picked off with great anticipation. And now look at him go. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
2nd and 16. Here's Allen to throw it. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
To the air, Allen. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a give to Breida, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly, and this one could be coming back. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
Now Allen. Eluding the pressure right. And Diggs has it. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Allen now looks to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. On 1st down, here's Breida. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Allen. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Another incompletion would certainly be ideal defensively. A big play now. This is 3rd and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Flush to his right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. They're going to run for it. It's Moss. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And can they take advantage? Their defense got the 4th down stop, and now they're hoping to find the end zone. A field goal wouldn't be enough to erase this 4th quarter deficit. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Check three. Alert 3.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
He's back to throw. That catch good for only a couple. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. He'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that is incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Back to throw. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off down near the 5. And the Bills have just about sewn up this football game. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
97 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking, a nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
They're not in any rush offensively.
Now Allen. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down near the 5. And the Bills have just about sewn up this football game. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Back to throw. Pass incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw is made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
That's Samuel, caught left side. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Here's Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. And everybody thinking about the possible field goal on fourth. It would be 58 yards from here. Allen. Flushed out right. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Fourth down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. They run for it with Breida. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. And now they're going to get the timeout. So a huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to possibly send this one to OT. So all eyes now on Tyler Bass. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So all eyes now on Tyler Bass. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And his kick is good. And the Bills are going to get out of here winners. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Bills, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for Washington, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.